Hello, friends. It's Chapo. If you haven't watched,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched the advice to Muslims video, it's very short, but his advice to Muslims were for Sunnis and Shiites to find pen pals on the sort of across sectarian lines and begin
Aw.
just sort of like a correspondence with one another. And then once you bridge that gap, they can expand their pen pals to Christians and Jews.
You
And
know
this is
what?
how
That's so sweet. I can't even get that. You
It,
should get a pen
it is. It
pal.
is a yes. It's a very sweet notion for like a fifth grader to have. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. It's one of those like upworthy things where it's like, yeah, this
Yeah.
fifth grader found a way to bridge the gaps between communities.
Well, it's like, does he
Except
think
he has
that,
the brain of a fifth grader because he did like benzos for a year and didn't eat anything but meat.
does he think that like no Muslim has ever talked to a Jew? We're probably like out of the Abrahamic religions probably have the most in common with each other, honestly.
Mm,
I don't know, like
How so?
maybe
yeah.
I don't know. We love negotiation.
That's true.
Our
Our
Love that.
dietary, like when we actually both follow our dietary rules, are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They can't drink for religious reasons. We can't drink because our stomachs are weak.
All right.
No, we have a like.
No,
I think
okay.
their concept of God.
hand talking, high volumes.
Yeah, tons of hand talking. Our concept of God theologically is very similar to theirs. God isn't like, you don't talk to God if you're a Muslim. There's a guy like thousands of years ago who talked to God, but that was the last one. Same
Mhm.
idea.
Well, Jesus Christ is my personal Lord and Savior, and I speak to Him every day.
Well, that he was beaten fair and square.
He did lose.
lost.
He did lose. So I'll give him that. It was a hard
Yeah,
L. Hard L for Jesus.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of
Wait,
wins.
wait.
We don't have a lot of wins in ancient history. We've been doing good in the last 100 years, but like ancient history, so you got to give us that one. We killed
Wait a
God.
second. Wait a second. Hard L for Jesus Christ. Yeah, he took the L at Golgotha, but then came back after 3 days. That's a dub. That's going in the dub column for the
Sure.
rest of eternity. And
It's
he
not-
redeemed
it's what-
all of mankind of their sins. So I'm putting that in that's a big W. That's a W for Christianity.
It's about
and
the
Jesus
finish
Christ.
line. It's not about halftime. Yeah.
It's like boxing records before they were broadcast on TV. Like, who do you? Yeah, sure. Jack Dempsey won 500 fights in a row, if you say so.
Actually, I was I did an event at the Strand bookstore this week for Connor Habib and his new novel, and we were talking about Jordan Peterson, and he pointed out something that I've never realized, but it's hilarious. Are you guys familiar with Jordan Peterson's first book? Is called Maps of Meaning,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
and he said for a Jungian psychoanalysis like Jordan Peterson to write a book of the title of which is an acronym for mom, and just
Oh,
is
shit. Well, sounds like he
is just yeah.
should. It sounds like he needs to read a little less Jung and a little more Freud.
But yeah, and this is coming off like, I mean, he's been releasing some fire video takes, and the other one was the Elliot Page thing where he compared Elliot Page transitioning to Dr. Mengele and said, "Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who." I just like everything he says is just has like the tone and tenor of a guy who's being like kicked into a pit.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though.
like
Here's the thing. I think Juno did kill a baby. No, wait, she gave it up. Never mind. All right, nothing to say up there.
Yeah,
I
Juno's a
don't remember
pro-life
the movie. He was very good in it, but I don't remember it that well. I kind of tuned out because Moldy Peaches stuff.
Yeah.
There's been like 4 abortions in movies, like in all
Since
movies put together.
2 weeks
like,
ago?
and-
Dirty Dancing, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, that fucking Polish movie,
Obvious
4 months,
Child.
3 weeks, 2 days.
Obvious Child was
Obvious
good.
Child.
that's it.
Okay,
That's the
Cider
four.
That's
House
it.
rules. I was talking about this.
It was Erykah Badu. Did she have the abortion?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, by the
Yes.
way, and then the abortion Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame.
Vera Drake, y'all.
Oh, God.
Mike Lee, shout out Mike
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
in the
That
John
is
Early
such a
pulling the
good
lead
movie.
from
That is such a good movie.
downtown.
But I was talking with Cal about this, about like Cider House Rules. First of all, amazing weird cast. 1999, just a movie about with Michael Caine and the one with he was T9
Tobey
weird
Maguire.
face. Yes.
Mm.
Fucking just about poverty and abortion and moral conundrums. Made $50 bajillion at the box office. Did everyone's mom watched that movie? Everyone's grandma watched that movie.
Yeah, there are no more like dramas, like Oscar-y dramas that we all can agree on.
Middle America showed up. They're like, yeah, I want to watch the abortion Michael Caine movie. Like, just after I go to Applebee's, we're gonna watch the fucking abortion Michael Caine.
It was like
Caine
highbrow
movie.
Simon Birch.
It's like a Boffo BO for the John Irving adaptation. Yeah. Did World According to Garp do Cider House Rules numbers? I don't know.
What is going on there?
We used to have like
grown-up
movies, and everyone was like, "We'll go see grown up." Whatever. It's cliche. We sound, our age, which is 75.
No,
years
I
old.
completely agree.
But it is insane. Look at the margins of Cider House Rules. How do you even explain 1999?
Cider House Rules made $88 million, which is pretty wild.
For the abortion, where Erykah Badu has an abortion.
World According to Garp in 82 made about 30, and then poor Simon Birch only made 18.
Oh no!
Hotel New Hampshire, which is another Irving adaptation, only 5. So it's like, and The Door on the Floor, which is another one. I'm gonna guess that's like another low budget one. So yeah, it's the by far the king of the Irving cinematic universe.
Now
if Noah Baumbach,
it's the Avengers Endgame of the Irving cinematic universe.
If Noah Baumbach was born like 10 years earlier and was like hit his prime in 1999, he would be like Michael Bay. Marriage Story would have made like $1.5 trillion in like a weekend.
What do you think Where the Crawdads Sing is gonna do? I mean,
I drove by the billboard that said that, and I just thought, it is as though they went into a laboratory to arrange words in a way to make me like viscerally incapable of even watching it if I wanted.
100%.
That title is the least appealing thing I have ever heard.
Where the Crawdads
It's
Sing.
kind of like it's like a 30 Rock parody title movie.
I have no interest in finding out Where the Crawdads Sing.
It's also fully just a drug front. Have you seen the trailer?
No.
It's
no, I have seen the trailer, John.
100% a fake movie. It is like it's a movie that was like made to launder money.
I think that's basically all movies now. I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer for the Munsters movie that Rob Zombie is doing, and apparently it's like it costs like $100 million. It's like 3 hours long.
Wow.
And it might have just been computer generated. Just like they might have used like wire models from the original Toy Story. Just how shitty it looked, and that money just all disappeared.
I want to see like the Sandy Kenyon review of Where the Crawdads Sing. Like, run, don't
I love him
because he likes every movie. He's just happy to go see a movie.
Sweet.
I love him.
Yeah.
Just a positive guy.
You'll be singing and yelling the praises of these crawdads to your friends and family.
He's so wholesome.
Where the Crawdads Sing is like something I would say if I was forced at gunpoint to act like a Southern lawyer. Be part of my closing arguments. Yeah, be part of my closing arguments in my case where my clients get executed like instantly after the trial.
Speaking of things that look incredibly shitty and probably cost a lot of money, have you guys seen any clips from that new? It's available on Roku only. It's a Kevin Hart series. It's an animated Kevin Hart series where Kevin Hart just repeats stories from his life that are animated in like sub Candy Crush graphics.
This is part of a burgeoning new genre, Mind of Jason Productions. This is made for Mind of Jason to watch.
Okay, I was hanging out with Adam and we actually watched like the first 2 episodes of the Kevin Hart animated show. the two anecdotes that were animated in the shittiest way imaginable.
Like
The first
documentary, like new documentary animation, like the Charmin Bear animation.
like
My
worse than
impression
that.
is that it was
Yeah.
like old Flash games. Like it was
Yeah.
elf bowling.
It's deliberately trying to be
Like
lo-fi.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the animation looks like when you like. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if anyone gets these anymore, but like the sort of like Twitter or Instagram ads for like games you play on your phone, where it's like if you
Yes.
pull out
Yeah.
this pin, like the lava will crush the man, but if
Yeah,
this one, they'll
the
get the gold.
busty
Like,
woman.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but like the way someone was trying to describe it to me, it's like one of those games that should be illegal because it's like gambling for children. Like it's
Yeah,
very color. Yeah.
It lights up the good parts of the brain for a bad
Yeah.
reason. But fortunately, the Kevin Hart era has lit up no part of my brain at all. I was just sharing the two animated segments that we watched. The first one was a charming story Kevin told about getting in a fight with his personal trainer on his private jet, and then having the personal trainer
So
arrested when they landed. And I was like, this is not a story that you should be sharing with like the public. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a level of rich guy shit that like is not.
Yeah, that's the problem when they get too successful. It's like the bit in 30 Rock when they cut to Tracy's stand up after he got big, and it's like, you ever eat the lobster, and you're like, don't look me in the eye.
I think he says like on Martha's Vineyard. Yeah. It's so good.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like Kevin Hart, I remember Kevin Hart like being an Opie and Anthony guest, and now it's like if one of his movies bombed, the Federal Reserve has to step in.
Yeah.
He's like the last growing corporation in America.
Yeah, I mean,
And
he does like and he rebranded to super duper family friendly stuff too, which was a good move.
Well, the second story on the Kevin Hart Roku original series was not so family friendly. The second story, I'm not making this up, and each episode is like 20 minutes of him telling these charming stories from his life. The second episode we watched was about him shitting himself on stage in Stockholm.
Way more relatable.
It's about
Absolutely.
him getting,
now we're talking.
and then like and trying to hold it in, like his last joke, and then he just shits himself on stage in front of like a stadium like comedy show in Scandinavia.
Did he play it off? Did he make it work?
Or did he acknowledge it?
He's a pro. He's a pro.
Yeah, he's a pro. Yeah.
He's a pro.
That is like every single new relationship in my life, like friendship or otherwise, or truly acquaintance. Like the first thing I do upon meeting someone is imagine me shitting in my pants and what their response would be.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like,
what did you think my response
how would you rate me, John? Here, what do you think my response?
I actually feel completely safe around you. I really would. I really feel that if I shit my pants, you would address it with like the proper amount of like seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would start strategizing. You'd be like, let's get you home. But I also feel like you would make enough jokes that I would feel safe.
Sort of diffuse the tension.
Compassion,
but it wouldn't go too far where I feel embarrassed.
Lighten the mood.